Jai Shri Ram. The gunas and how they function. Now, when it comes to directing the senses, a tamasic person has no sense of direction. The rajasic person has a biased sense of direction, and the sattvic has a dharmic direction. And the trigunatita is beyond all these, and he will do what is necessary, which means that sometimes his action may appear to be adharmic, but since he is beyond the gunas, he can choose even an adharmic course of action, which ultimately works to uphold dharma only. That's the beauty. The next one, focusing the attention. Focusing the attention, the tamasic person is totally out of focus, and the rajasic person is obsessed about satisfying his desires. The sattvic person's focus is on moksha sadhana. The trigunatita is again beyond all these gunas, and his behavior can sometimes be shocking also. Because he is working for a much bigger plan, which is Krishna's work actually. That is why Krishna's behavior, Rama's behavior also is sometimes very difficult to understand, much less explain. And now, observes very less. The tamasic person observes through a tunnel, the rajasic, and the sattvic observes well, and the trigunatita has a holistic observation. Receiving signals, intimations at a very gross level, the tamasic fellow, because he is indolent and complacent, and the rajasic person receives the signal at a materialistic level, and the sattvic at a subtle level. And the trigunatita, like the sattvic, receives it at a much more profound level. Registering the data, tamasic person very low. You have to continuously take feedback and find out exactly what he has understood. Rajasic is relatively better, and the sattvic will understand exactly, properly, and the trigunatita will understand even the deeper intentions and goals of that data. Grasping the details, tamasic grasps very little, very less. Rajasic will grasp whatever he likes. The sattvic will grasp appropriately, dharmically, and the trigunatita will grasp completely. Processing information, the tamasic will process very inefficiently. Rajasic vigorously at a sensual level, at the materialistic level, sattvic at the optimal level, and the trigunatita holistically. Comprehending the picture, the whole picture. Tamasic will view only a small part. Rajasic slightly better than tamasic. Sattvic understands the whole integrated picture, and the trigunatita goes beyond. Interpreting the situation. The tamasic will interpret conveniently, irrationally, untenably, and rajasic in a selfish way, sattvic as it is, and the trigunatita dharmically. Relating other information, tamasic will relate very less, can't see the links. The rajasic sees with a bias, the sattvic sees and relates properly, the trigunatita relates all. Retaining the impression, tamasic will retain very less, very short memory, forgets everything. The rajasic will be retaining anything that is of selfish advantage to him. The Sattvic retains the appropriate aspects. The Trigunatita retains the truth. Recalling memory. Tamasic quickly forgets. Rajasic remembers partially. Sattvic recalls appropriately because he practices also. The Trigunatita visualizes the whole picture. Updating. Tamasic hardly updates. The Rajasic will update only in areas of his interest. The Sattvic will update his knowledge of spirituality. The Trigunatita updates at an Atmic level, enhances his Atmajnana. Revising the impression, Tamasic does not. Rajasic will revise again to his own selfish benefit. Sattvic will revise as per the changes. But the Trigunatita revises from the standpoint of Dharma. So the Tamasic is ruled by instinct, Rajasic by intuition, Sattvic by intelligence, and the Trigunatita by profound insight into Dharma. Hazy, the Tamasic is hazy, complacent. Rajasic is selfish, petty-minded and tainted. The Sattvic is very clear. The Trigunatita is bright and spiritually dazzling. The Tamasic is at the body level, the Rajasic at the ego level, Sattvic at the intellect level, and the Trigunatita is at the Atmic level. So, this is how the Tamasic person is a poor excuse to be a human being. Rajasic is a partial human being, more like a beast. Sattvic is a true human being. Trigunatita is the Sattvic who has elevated himself by deep understanding and living the principles of the Bhagavad Gita. Jai Shri Ram.